Hey everybody, how you doing? And Happy New Year. Eric Worre here. All the GoPro Academy people, I've got to tell you, I'm excited for you for this year. 2019 is going to be amazing. Over the next 52 weeks, we are going to shape and mold you into either an influencer or a more powerful influencer or a magnet for attracting more influencers within your organization. So that's the goal. As simple as that. Influencer is the most powerful, most meaningful, most valuable thing in network marketing. A person who, number one, is independent. Number two, solves problems. Number three, they're consistent. Number four, they create action when there wouldn't be action without them. And number five, they have a big vision. They got a big vision. Think about, do you meet those criteria? And how many people in your organization meet that criteria? I'll repeat it. Number one, maybe somebody put it in the comments. Number one, they are independent. They don't need anybody's help, anybody's support. They got this. They're independent. Number two, they solve problems. Problem shows up, they fix the problem. Number three, they are consistent. They're not just hot and cold, they're consistently in the game. Number four, they create big action, big activity, and the activity is created because of them. You put them into a room and more activity happens. You put them into a town, more activity happens. Just because of who they are. And number five, that they have a big vision. And what I hope for you this year is that you have a big vision. That you give yourself permission to really step into the highest level of yourself. I talked about my goals. You know, we went through this big, huge goal setting thing the last couple of weeks, game plan, goal setting, all that. My goals are very simple. My tactics are not so simple, but my goals are very simple. My first goal is to continue my personal growth, continue to grow personally in every way I can. Like you, tapping into this type of a program, I tap into other resources, mentors, and coaches in order for me to go to the next level. I'm going to read better. I'm going to listen better. My listening library is going to be great. My viewing library is going to be great. My coaching resources are going to be great. So I want to continue my personal growth. That's one of my big goals for 2019, accelerate it. Number two, I want to radically increase my contribution to network marketing, my contribution to the world, my contribution to causes that are important to me, my contribution to bringing value to my family, my contribution to you. So those two, growth and contribution, those make me really, really happy. And the third one is a conscious effort to be happy every day. A conscious effort to be in a state of gratitude and appreciation and happiness every single day. Even if every day doesn't go perfect, if some days are harder than others, those are some of my objectives with this. Now, I know some of you are watching live. Some of you most of you are going to be watching via replay, and that's cool. I know it's the day after New Year's. But as we move forward, whether you're watching live or replay, my hope is that you mark this time every week on your calendar, because I'm going to be pouring as much as I can into you during this period of time, around 30 minutes, once a week, and I'm going to give you something to work on specifically, something that's going to help you become a more powerful influencer, something that's going to help you with my goal of contribution, contributing to you. This group is a sacred group for me. There's two groups, actually, that I value the most in the whole Network Marketing Pro universe. One is this group, GoPro Academy people, because they're hungry, they're ready to go. Second is the people who attend the Beyond Leadership event, the 5-day leadership event. That's really about the art of becoming an ultimate influencer. So Those are my two favorite things. Now, today, I want to talk about money. We got to use green for money, don't we? I want to talk about money. How do you feel about money? How you feel about money is actually going to have a big impact on your results as you become an influencer, as you move forward. Part of this will be a little bit confession, and part of this is going to be some practical application to understand what you need to do if you're going to be an influencer, if you're going to be going out there and changing the world. You need to get healthy about money. For many, many years, I was unhealthy about money. And it had to do with self-worth. It had to do with my own lack of self-worth. So, growing up in a middle-class family, everybody was scrappy. Everybody was looking to get things for a discount, get things for a deal. And it's probably not good right there, huh? That light doesn't matter. It's the sun. What are we going to do? Anyway, growing up in this middle-class family, I was ambitious. I was always ambitious growing up as a kid. So I would chase the money. But when I got the money, for many, many, many years, I found ways to sabotage my success, my income. I found ways to sabotage any money I got in my hands. I found a way to spend it before I even got it. I found a way to invest it poorly. I found a way to get into bad partnerships, bad relationships. I found a way to sabotage my distributorship. Anything that would get me back to my real self-image. My real self-image was scrappy, underdog, fighter. It wasn't about the successful person who attracts money. I felt a little bit guilty about having money. So, and other people would contribute to that. It's just like, oh, it must be nice. You know, Mr. Rich Guy, oh, you must be lucky. Oh, you must be this. Oh, you must be that. So I found myself separating a little bit from my peer group. My peer group didn't have the same money as I did, and I wanted to still be, relate to them and be friends with them. So I found ways to sabotage my money for years. It took me a long time to realize that I was worthy, I was deserving, and I was capable. I was worthy of having some money. I was deserving, and I was capable. Those, I'll even write that down for you. Something for you to put into your journal, into your calendar, onto your dash of your car, on your mirror is, I am worthy, I am capable, I am deserving. That's hard for a lot of people to say. It's hard for a lot of people to accept, is the fact that they're worthy of having some money. So, coffee going? All kinds of things going. Anyway, we got a noisy house. It's okay. I am worthy. I am capable. I am deserving. Hey, and if you're wondering why we have a Christmas tree still, there's a reason. Because in the Ukraine, Christmas is January 7th. And we have a bunch of originally Ukrainian people that live in this house. So there's two Christmases. Christmas December 25th and January 7th. So this stays until January 7th. Anyway, that's why. So it took a long time. It took a long time. And frankly, it took my wife, Marina, pounding on me that why do you keep putting yourself down? Why do you keep discounting your value? Why do you keep doing all this? Because you are worthy. She was able to kind of finally break free because it was part of my brand. Part of my brand was this underdog, scrappy, creative, every man. And it took a while for me to be able to say, yes, I'm still the same person I am inside, but it's okay. It's all right for you to have something. It's okay for you to have nice things. It's okay for you to be able to have nice clothes. It's okay for you to be able to have a nice car. It's all right for you to be able. Now, at the beginning, I would say I would get nice things so I could give more. And that's a step in the right direction. I would get some money so I could give more because it's not about me. It's all that, that comes from my upbringing again. And we do give as a family. We give a lot. We contribute to a lot of different causes, and that makes us happy. But you're not required to. There's a lot of different things. Now, when it comes to money, it's very complicated and very emotional type of an issue. And until you get your handle on this, I'm just telling you, there's only so far you're going to go. First of all, let's talk about how money is, what money is, okay? All money is an IOU. It's a credit. If you get the money, you have something that that you've done that's created a value, okay? So if you created a lot of value, people will give you the money. Now, you can decide what you're going to do with that money. If you're going to use it for some other value, you're going to use it for some other things. You're going to use it for the causes that are important. You can use it to pay your bills. Use it to buy nice stuff. That's your choice. Because you've built up the value with the money because you've done the work and been compensated for it. And one interesting thing, talk about bills for just a second. Who pays your bills? Who pays your bills? Put it in the comments. Who pays your bills? Do you think you do? Do you think you pay your bills? You don't. Every bill that gets paid by me is paid by somebody else. Somebody buys a GoPro book, that money comes to me, I pay my bill with it. Somebody else bought your car. Somebody else bought your house. Somebody else is paying your rent. Somebody else has bought your groceries. Somebody else has paid for every single thing that you have. Do you understand that? Somebody else has. Now, it might be your employer is paying your bills for you. It might be your network marketing company is paying your bills for you. Your customers are paying your bills for you. So, I want you to think about a couple things when it comes to bills and when it comes to money it's a value proposition. If you bring more value to the world, you're going to get more of this. The bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. The more value you bring to your organization, the more value you bring to your company, the more value you bring to your customers, the more value you bring to your team, then you're going to get more money to be able to do what? To be able to pay the bills, to be able to buy the things that you want to buy, to be able to give to the causes that are important to you. It's a simple value transaction. Now, how do you become more valuable? That's the question. That's what the GoPro Academy is all about. Help you become more valuable. Today is about getting inside your head and letting you know, number one, that it's okay for you to make money. Number two, that money is simply an exchange of value. Number three, it's okay for you to attract more to be able to do more. Now, I'm going to give you something to to think about when it comes to money. And I got the words for this recently. I have a mentor, his name is Sam Georges. He was Tony Robbins' CEO for 22 years, and he's a very close advisor to Marina and I. And he's coached me on money too. He's just said there's unlimited money in the world, unlimited. All you have to do is figure out a way to attract more to be able to get whatever you want. I was like, And first of all, is that okay? Well, of course it is. If you're bringing value, the only way you're going to get more is to bring more value to the world. Oh, okay, I get it. He said, average people, if they walk into a cocktail party and they see a room filled with people, the average person, and let's say they want to get to the other side of the room, they see the people as obstacles. They see the obstacles to get to the other side of the room. Extraordinary people see the space between the obstacles that create an effortless path. So I'm going to talk about things that normally would be uncomfortable for me, but we've got a Rolls-Royce Ghost. Amazing car, unbelievable car. Step one in looking for the path is to give yourself permission to just think about it. This has happened with the nice things that I have in my life, and also the contribution that I've done in my life and everything else. Whatever your goal is, most of the goals require money. So I would ask that you give yourself permission to think about it. I was in, Tom Ford is a designer. I think this is Tom Ford. Tom Ford? No, it's Keaton. But Tom Ford is a designer. I'll give you an example. I was in the Las Vegas Tom Ford store, and I was getting a suit fitted. And they're expensive suits. And while I was in there, there was like 3 or 4 young guys. And I heard them talking to the manager. And they said to the manager, "Sir, we can't afford this kind of a suit right now, but we just want to see what it feels like. Is it okay for us to try one on?" And the manager said, "Sure." So they try, this young kid, he's probably 22 years old, tries on this, $5,000 suit. He's like, oh. He's taking pictures, and he's imagining what it's going to feel like when we finally own it. And it comes to, I find out by listening that they're involved in network marketing, and they're just giving themselves permission to dream. So we connected, and it was fun. That's kind of the first step. Give yourself permission to start down the path. So when it came to the Rolls Royce, I found that I thought that car was a pretentious car. It's arrogant. But my wife wanted to, she really liked that car. So I started looking at them when I saw them. I started giving myself permission to just even look instead of judge it. I went to the dealership. I sat in the car. I took it for a test drive. I started to see, wow, this could be cool. Part of me was still rationalizing, hey, we could use this for business. We could, pick up our friends and clients, or we can, it was still this stuff coming out. And then, how would this work? Would we lease? Would we buy? We start talking about the finance options. We start talking about the different areas. We start saying, well, would it fit in the garage? All these different kinds of things. And eventually, you come up, if you allow yourself to give yourself permission, you come up with a strategy, a pathway in that cocktail party that was relatively effortless. And what value would you need to bring to the world in order to be able to deserve it? So whether it's a suit or I remember the first time I bought a $1,000 suit. I was 25 years old, and I could not afford it. But I read an article in Success Magazine that said the power of the $1,000 suit. And what it will do for your confidence, what it will do for all these different kinds of things. So and they said in the article, don't wimp out and get a $900 suit. Okay. So I went and got a $1,000 suit, and I felt like $1 million. It was a stretch for me, but it was more of an exercise in resourcefulness and value. Your value. Whether it's this outfit, whether it's a car, whether it's a trip, whether it's whatever it is. Step one with this. Engage your imagination. Give yourself permission to think, what would this look like? Long before you have it figured out. Don't worry about figuring it out. Just engage your imagination in it. We did this with our airplane. We did this with, is the picture of the airplane over there? Somewhere? It's somewhere. Yeah. So we did this with our airplane. We did this with our car. We did this with our house. We did this with our contribution. We've given away stuff. We've done all kinds of amazing things. The beginning of it is engaging our imagination, okay? 2, look for the pathway. Look for the pathway. And I know for some of you this sounds selfish, right? It sounds like, oh, this is really selfish. In our business, you need to get this straight. In our profession, you don't need to worry about it. I mean, if you can't find it, don't worry about it. I was just going to show you a picture of the airplane. In our business, the only way you make money is by bringing value. The only way you make money is by helping more people. If you're not helping more people, that means you're being selfish. Right? If you're not making more money, that means you're being selfish. So engage your imagination, look for the pathway, and just continue down the road until. Now, I'm not saying to go spend money that you don't have, and I'm not saying that to go get yourself into debt. I'm not saying any of those things. What I'm saying is look for the way to be able to do it. Now, I'll give you an example on the airplane. From time to time, we've, out of necessity, had to fly private in order to be able to go wherever we needed to go. And once you get on a private aircraft, oh man, is it challenging. It might be in that middle cupboard over there. Is it difficult to go through TSA lanes and check your luggage and do all that stuff? It's really something else. It's like, it shouldn't be as cool as it is, but it's cool. So, I started with this process. First of all, engaging with our imagination and saying, well, is it even possible? And one of the charter guys that chartered an aircraft for us back and forth to California, his name is Sean, and he whispered, he said, you guys should maybe get a plane and we'll charter it when you're not using it, and you can make some money. Like, that's kind of interesting. So we had a couple lunches, engaging our imagination, starting to look for a pathway. And then it didn't seem like he was quite ready. And then we ended up hearing about a friend of mine used another company here in Las Vegas that's a big charter operation. And he was good friends with this person. Another person's name was Greg. So I had lunch with Greg. And he explained how it all worked and how happy his plane owners were. I was like, that's kind of interesting. But it's a little bit too much of a stretch for me. But at that time, we were purchasing hours, flight hours from a friend of ours, and using that to fly around. I said, well, maybe that friend would want to go in on a plane with us. He could use it sometimes, we'll use it sometimes, and we'll charter it the remaining times. So we started exploring that. What would the financing need to look like? Looking for the pathway, continuing down the road. Just having this conversation. This conversation probably, we put in an offer on a plane that fell through. And then we continued down the conversation. We just continued down the conversation until we ended up with this airplane. I'll show you. I don't even know. That's good? Yeah, GoPro Airlines is right there. And this aircraft goes, it can go from Las Vegas to Boston. It can go from Seattle to the Bahamas, 9 people in the airplane. And guess what? We practically fly it free. We practically fly it for free. Why? When we're not using it, we charter it. And the charter revenue covers our travel costs. Now, we had to be able to purchase the plane in order to be able to do that. But the actual expense with the tax benefits and everything else, we explored it all. What are the tax benefits? What's the depreciation? You know, how many hours can it be chartered a month when we're not using it? What are we earning per hour? How does that all work? And if it's not free, it's close to free. Very close to free. Can you imagine? Now, why are we even in that conversation? Because we engaged our imagination, we looked for a pathway, we continued down the road until. And we were okay with being able to travel in style and save time. The most valuable thing in the world that we have is time. I get on that plane tomorrow morning and I fly up to Salt Lake City and I'm there for 3 days and I fly back Saturday night. I finish an event at like 9 o'clock at night and I'm back at 10 o'clock in Las Vegas. You know, so this is an example. This might sound really materialistic and like really Wall Street Gordon Gekko. It's not. It's a value proposition. You provide value to your team. You provide value to your company. You provide value to your customers. Money is a byproduct of that. And if you feel that you are worthy, you are capable, you're deserving, you won't chase that money away. You won't sabotage your business. You won't throw away the possibilities that are in front of you. Now, my lack of worthiness exhibited itself in being inconsistent, in taking my team for granted, in getting into unnecessary arguments and fights with my company or my leadership. That's how it exhibited. My lack of self-worth sabotaged my business over and over the course of my career. Now, I overcame it over time, but I was always just making just enough money to get by. It's okay to make money. Matter of fact, it's immoral for you not to make money, for bringing value. What you do with it is fine. What you do with it is up to you, okay? You can decide what you want to do based upon your worthiness, your needs, your desires. But let me talk about one more thing. What color haven't I not used? Red. Here's this phenomenon. I see this all the time, and I work with people all the time. I'm fine. I'm comfortable. I'm okay. When is enough enough? How many yachts can you water ski behind? Right? I'm fine. I'm comfortable. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm paying the bills. I'm fine. I'm making $10,000 a month. That's a huge amount of money. I'm fine. Why do I need to keep killing myself? And most of the people, believe me, I'm working my ass off. I hear that all the time in network marketing. And if they had a hidden camera really following them around, you would, they're not working their ass off. Come on. You could say that to your company. You could say that to your team. Just don't say that to me. What I know from those people, once they got to $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, whatever, they're not working as hard as a corporate executive in any corporation in the United States. They're just not. It's a little more immersive, I'll give you that. All-encompassing, it's part of your life, but you're not working harder. But here's what happens. And it's the saddest thing in the world to me. I think it's part of this programming stuff again. Person says, I'm making $10,000 a month. I'm grateful, I'm happy, I'm cool, I'm retiring. And let's say that person could be earning $100,000 a month, but they chose to stop at $10,000. In my opinion, in network marketing, that's one of the most selfish things to think and do and say. It's so unbelievably selfish. Because if you could make another $90,000 a month, you're making $10,000 a month, you could make another 90, and you choose not to because your bills are taken care of, your obligations are covered, your family is taking, roof over their heads and clothes on their backs. You. You're making $10,000 because you're cool. You could be making $100,000. And you could be doing that by being a better influencer, being more efficient with your time, right? Bringing value to the world, still loving your family, still taking care of your kids, still being a good spouse, still being a good citizen, right? And you choose not to for your pleasure, I think it's selfish. I don't care what you do with the money. If your self-worth won't let you spend more than $10,000 a month, if you get it, or won't let you earn it, give it away. What does the extra $90,000 mean? The extra $90,000 means you've helped more people. You've helped more people. That's a reflection of the number of people you're helping because of that growth. If your self-worth doesn't deal with it, then give it away. But it's so sad for me when I see a strong leader in network marketing choosing to play small when they could play big and still have an incredible life, incredible family, incredible everything. And I think part of this is this meme inside of network marketing that is, and we'll finish in 2 minutes. I didn't realize it was this long. This meme inside of network marketing that says, work 2 to 5 years like other people won't, so you can have for the next 40 years what other people don't. So sometimes people get to a high level in network marketing and then they just throttle back because they think they're supposed to. I'm supposed to go to the beach now. I've got friends right now that are in semi-retirement mode, making $1 million a year, or full retirement mode, making $1 million a year. They could be making $1 million a month, bringing huge value to the world. But because of this, they're actually being selfish. And I yell at them. I tell them that they're hiding their gifts. I tell them that the ghosts of all these people that they could have helped over their life are going to come back and whisper into their ear, where were you? Why? You learned how to get to the top of the mountain, and you could have guided me to the top of the mountain too, but you just chose to keep it to yourself. That's sad for me. So I just want you to think about this. What is your relationship with money? Is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? They say the love of money is the root of all evil. Money itself, is just paper, doesn't mean anything. But here's what money does allow you to do. It allows you to live the life that you want to live. It allows you to help the people that you want to help. It is a reflection, a scorecard of the value that you're bringing to the world. In network marketing specifically. On Wall Street, not so much. But in network marketing specifically, it is a scorecard for how much you're bringing value to the marketplace. Okay? Is not something to be afraid of. But what it does is it gives you options, it gives you choices, it gives you abilities, it gives you movement. It allows you to not have to compromise so much. It buys you time, which is the most valuable thing in the world. And what I will tell you, it was hard for me to accept the way I grew up. But what I will tell you is it's okay for you to live a fine life. It's okay for you to have nice things if you bring enough value. It's okay for you to be able to live in style if you bring value. It's okay. So here's what I would ask you to do. Engage your imagination, look for a pathway, and continue down the road until. Anything you want me to cover on these? Questions. Any questions? We'll do a couple questions. Go through. Till we see some. Go towards the end, and we'll see. There's a bunch. Okay. Oh, Beyond Leadership is, go to networkmarketingpro.com/beyond, I think. I think it's networkmarketingpro.com/beyond. That will give you all the information on that event. It's August 23rd to the 27th, I think. No. Beyond. There it is. Beyond 19? I bet you Beyond works also. So that's where that event is. Keep going. Underserving. You feel guilty about what you have. It's a very common thing. The meaning of IOU is just, if you give somebody money, that's just, it's like a credit that you can use for something else. Instead of bartering, people used to barter. I have food, you have something to drink. Let's trade. Money just became an easier way to be able to do it. So, customers pay, keep going. Team pays, see the space. Yes, it's better than a Lexus. Is it necessary when you can get a $599 suit? Dan Lee says, well, I could afford a $1,000 suit, but I still feel like it's necessary. Is it necessary? That's a self-worth issue, really. Most of the stuff that we have is not necessary. We could all destroy the entire global economy just by driving the car we have right now and not buying a new one for 2 years. Wearing the clothes we have right now and not buying new clothes for 2 years. So it's not a matter of could you, is do you want to? Is that something that's important for you to be able to do? I have expensive clothes. I have expensive shoes. I have expensive clothes. I have expensive tastes. But I didn't always. It took a long time to get there. Stacy asked about the replay of talking about 20 and 30 4 times to making life-changing growth with the team. It is terrifying. It's a scary thing, Stacy. I get it. What I was unclear on is you're talking about my actual growing 20 and 30 on my first line. Yes. 20 and 30 on your first line 4 times. Not growth of the team. January, you bring in 20 and 30 first line. Work 2 months with those people. And then 20, 30 again, 20, 30 again. Yep. I know it's scary. Engage your imagination. Look for a pathway. Continue down the road until. Dream big, beautiful plane kill. Yeah, it's cool. Hi, Denny. If you'd like to go to snowshoeing while in Salt Lake, I would love to, but I'm packed. I'm doing a leadership retreat up in the mountains on Friday and Saturday. I'm meeting with another company on Thursday. I'm still going to come back to developing leaders and influencers to go along with the last two segments. Yes, I am, Diana. Diane, that's what I'm going to do next week. This whole year is going to be about developing leaders and influencers, right? This whole year is going to be about that. I just want to start with giving yourself permission to succeed, giving yourself permission to go big. Want to run for a new rank, distract the team, not doing the business right. Run for the rank, Dan. Run for the rank, man. Yeah. Not very surprised that leaders see an upline retire at 10,000 because they're comfortable. Surely their business would slowly drop. It might not. They might be in a position where, it's going to continue to roll up for a season. But some people just do that more than you think. The poker tournament, that one's for charity again. Still my own worthiness issue. I came in second. 1,250 people, I came in second place. I really wanted first place, but the other guy got lucky. At least that's the story I'm telling myself. All right, listen, that's it for this week. I want you to think about, as you're putting together your goals, your mission, your strategies, your tactics, what is your relationship with money, and is it healthy? And if it's not, to start to test yourself. Give you an example. Go to a store that you could never, that you admire, but you could never imagine buying anything from because the prices are just outrageous, just ridiculous. They offend your sensibilities. And go to that store and find something there that is amazing and try it on. Okay? Take a picture of you in that outfit, whatever that is, and start to look for a pathway. Start to try to figure out who's going to buy that suit for you. Who's going to buy that dress for you? Who's going to buy that purse for you? Okay? Start thinking about that. And then continue down that road until. Go to a car dealership for an outrageous, ridiculous car that you would never, ever even think about, but you love. Never even could even imagine. Go, sit in it, test drive it, engage your imagination in that process, and start to look for a pathway. If there's a dream home somewhere in your neighborhood that's for sale, go to that dream home. Take a picture in front of it. Take a video of that dream home. Start to engage your imagination. If there's a private school for your kids that's unbelievable, amazing, spectacular, over the top, but expensive, go to that private school. Take a tour. Get all the information. Find out and start to look for a pathway to be able to put your kids into that school. Okay? If there's a cause that you love to contribute to but you don't have that much money, some charity that's amazing, go to that charity. Find out what they do. Take a tour. Learn more about them. Meet the people. And then to start look for a pathway for you to be able to contribute more to them. Then now you take and apply all of this is engage your imagination on the highest position in your company. The highest rank in your company. Okay? Even that doesn't seem possible to you right now. And then start to look for the pathway to be able to make that happen. What do you need to become in order to be able to do it? And continue down the road until. Okay? So next week, lots more about influencers for you to become one and for you to teach others how to become one. Happy New Year to all of you. I love you. I know we went 15 minutes over, but I got a little fired up. All right? Love you. See ya. Ciao.